Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am your caster, Bahamut. We have entered into our third and final best of 3 of the evening. We are in the Division C West. Thank you all so much for joining me this evening. Seriously, thank you to everybody who's in here. Lunchbox Feeds, Arrow Bars, thank you so much for the follows as we were getting ready for this game. Thank you for everyone who's been chatting. Everyone's just been... I love you all so much. Like, this has been such a blast. I have looked forward to this all day, almost all week at this point. There were other games that I got to cast, but I've been looking forward to tonight for so long because it's a triple night of casting, and I love doing this. This brings me so much joy, and I'm glad you're all here watching these amazing games. But we have on the left-hand side Team Rainbow Strike Go. I cast them before, and I always mess up their name. And then on the right, we have the members of Tickle, me, Tassadar. And if you're wondering, Bahamut, why are we here? Don't worry, I got you. The home team this evening is going to be Team Rainbow Strike Go. They won the coin flip and opted for first pick of the map. Excuse me. Sky Temple and Volskaya Foundry were banned out by the members of Tickle Me Tassadar. Tomb of the Spider Queen and Alterac Pass were banned out by the members of Team Rainbow Strike Go. And Battlefield of Eternity will be our first map of the evening. I gotta say, Battlefield for our first map, as I marked that completely wrong. There we go. Oopsie. Battlefield is our first map. Not a bad idea. I really, really like that right there. Nice. Dr. Abachnik is casting this game. You know it. You know I'm casting it. I'll get you Sonic. I'll get the Chaos Emeralds. I made iced tea for just this match, and it was the smartest thing I could have done in preparation for tonight's stream. Do I have... There we go. I was like, we're missing sound here for some reason. HTC music still hits me. Oh, poke check. I'm sorry. Also, Balfrag, thanks for the welcome back. Welcome to everybody. All right, let's dive into this draft here. So I just want to make sure I say hi to everybody before we actually get into this. But Anubarak and Tyrande will be banned out here on the left-hand side. Ana and Diablo on the right. So healer and tank for both sides, making sure that they're not dealing with either of those. And just some dive potential, a lot of good setup. And this is Battlefield, so we're going to be actually seeing a high priority into the Joanna right there. Strong anchor for the team. I really, really like that as just kind of their start and making sure that everything is just going to be set up in their favor in that right there. And so, with that, I mean, because the blinds are really powerful. Blessed Shield is such a strong tool to set up for some of the fights when you have that massive stun to so many members. 1-2 pickup, though, on the right-hand side. I wonder if we see a Hanzo priority or a Rainer priority, or even a Greymane. Greymane has had such a big... Yeah, actually, ooh, they go into the Li Ming with it right away as well. I like that combo right there. Li Ming is extremely strong on a map like this because she's able to poke at the Immortal. We've actually seen Aetherwalker being picked up here as well. I believe it was like... I've seen a couple people play, but for some reason it sticks out. Winterheart was one of the players that went for it. Yeah, Balfrag, I agree. Let's see. Greymane, Li Ming on the right. Joanna, they could pick up... This is where I would say they could either pick up Hanzo if they wanted that. Vala's not horrible. I mean, we have actually seen her pop up here and there. But Cassia and Phoenix. Okay. I like it. I like that a lot right there. I think that's a really good one. Oh no, Broomy, one trick is taken away. Wait, what's Broom Boy's one trick? Is it Phoenix? Could it be Phoenix? Artanis going to be banned out here. And I would say, like, we saw an Artanis on Cursed Hollow during Division B East earlier, and we saw it actually get some massive value. So it's really cool because we're currently seeing a very wide array of the different play styles and play levels in Nexus Gaming Series. We started out tonight in Division B. We just watched the Heroic Division matchup go to a Game 3, and that was an amazing set. I mean, even the first set, that went to Game 3, and that was so much fun to cast as well. Those teams put on an amazing show. Same thing with our Heroic Division, and now we see Division C West, and we're seeing, things within the meta that are popping up, but we also are going to fall into some comforts as well. Phoenix and Cassia, I don't feel like I've seen them on Battlefield of Eternity in quite some time, but I feel like we're also seeing some synergies that are being built up right there. I know, bring it back, yeah. I wish. There's just, like, if they did, and you were a pro, would you? He's 4-0 on Joanna right now. Oh, so stealing that away in the 1 slot. Aggressive. Broom Boy will be going ahead and picking up the Murden. Alexstrasza will be grabbed as well. I like the Alexstrasza right there. I think she's really, really powerful. On a map like this, where you can pop that Dragon Form and force the enemies off your point, and also just kind of be a little aggressive in that right. ETC will be picked up here. It looks like that's going to be our solo lane. And Kingleberry excuse me, Rhaegar is going to be, it's a bad habit because you can swap, and I hate calling out the names ahead of time, but Rhaegar is going to be picked up here on the left-hand side as well. Last pickup coming out from the right-hand side. They need a solo laner into that ETC, or maybe even to the Phoenix. I doubt that they would put Joanna, ETC, Cassia, and Rhaegar in a bottom lane together. So maybe something like a Leoric wouldn't be a bad idea. You can lock them in, but Thrall. And I'm not opposed to, like, we have such a wide variety of heroes at this point, and Here's the Storm, that you're more or less trying to find synergies within the team and say, all right, what can they also get value with? And Leoric is just, he's got a lot of setup. It would also lock in the Cassia, Joanna, Rhaegar. So you could catch them with that Entomb and then dive in with the Murd, and you have Lee being able to pump in the damage. So that's why I was leaning into the Leoric. My brain's just fizz at this point. But overall, I mean, like, even with that Thrall, there's a lot of good poke. He's got great control of the solo lane over in that right as well. So I really like this. I like both these teams' drafts. I think that there's a lot of good value coming out. I'm a little worried about this ETC and Joanna. I feel like they might be lacking a little bit of I mean, their front line is strong, yes, but it's the solo lane that I feel like might start to struggle here. And if you're losing on your solo lane, then you're going to be losing out in experience. You're going to get pushed back, and you're going to be losing out in that lane overall. They would need to say that they're going to be back for like 5 years. Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. I agree. I agree, Poke Check, with that, like, 1000%. If I was an old pro, if I was an ex-pro, and I got an email about that, and like that was what they were saying, and there were contracts and there was all that, I would feel more comfortable, absolutely. But I've talked to a lot of people, and they are just we got ourselves a game. Let's talk about something more happy, like the game that we got in front of our faces. On the left-hand side, we have got the members of Team Rainbow Strike Go. Leave up dog during the game? I wish. We have Kingleberry going to be on the Phoenix. McLoser will be on the Rhaegar. See, that's what I was talking about. We got some role swaps right there. Silver's going to be on the Joanna. Sudden Bears is going to... Is that? Yeah, Sudden Bears. That's a good name. It's going to be on the Cassia. And North Terror is going to be on the ETC. In the top lane on the right-hand side, we have Tickle Me Tassadar with Lunchbox going to be on the Rhaegar. We're going to Thrall. Not all orcs look alike. Broomboy is going to be on the Muradin. Negan is going to be on the Alexstrasza. Ogle the Great showing off their mastery taunt in the beginning of this match in the on that Li Ming. And then I was looking at this earlier and I was trying to pronounce it in my head, and it's not going to happen. So let's see. Crenerian? I think that might be right. Crenerian? I'm hoping that's right. Let's actually go ahead and take a peek at all this right now, as we're just going to go ahead and get some vision for one of these teams and just get that all set up. Silver a little bit low, going to be anchoring for the friendly team. Also going to be having that lightning bond from the Rhaegar going into that full build. Arsenal Synergy going to be coming out from the Phoenix as well. This is going to be the ETC in the solo lane going into the Thrall. And North Terror is going to be real aggressive trying to get that regeneration globe, as that will also be the Thrall with the Echo, the elements at level 1. Not going for Crash Lightning. In the solo lane, we don't often see that. Oh, wow. Like, if you get, so it's basically the way, if anyone doesn't know, the way that it works here is that if you use 3 repeater shots from Phoenix, and you can see that he's actually cycling through those right now, so you'll see like a thin beam come out. Those are the repeater cannons, and then you have the plasma cannon, which is that big one. If you get 3 of those repeater shots off, I believe it just needs to hit, like, you just need to get 3 repeater shots. It doesn't need to be on hero specifically. No, you have to hit enemy heroes with it 3 times. There you go. And then you get the increased damage. I thought it was just 3 autos and then you swap over, but it's a really cool thing. I've messed with it myself, and it gets a lot of good value for your team. We have charge strikes for the Cassie as well, which I think is just such a strong ability to just increase your damage really quickly and dive in. Look, that's getting a little low right there as they actually force them off that point right there. We are going to be sitting 1:52 seconds in, so we're just about a minute off from our arrival of the Immortals. We'll have the announcement at 1:30, so we are going to be seeing the Rhaegar going back, making sure they're full on mana. These timings are a little critical on a map like this, because you can really start to have a lot of prowess and a lot of dominance within the lanes during the Immortal phase, basically by knowing your timers. So if you go over to this camp and you time this out just as the Immortals are spawning, and so that way it's going to be leaving the camp, you're going to be having this enter the lane a little bit later, but that will be forcing the enemy team away from the Immortal defense at some point, in which then they're going to be having to, you can see them in lane, and then you'll be like, cool, let's dive on the Immortal, and this is exactly why they're holding it. They don't have the announcement just yet, so they're a little early. They're just going to hearth back on the Cassia, make sure they're full and ready. North Terror still holding fine in top lane. For a second there, I was actually thinking that Lunchbox was going to dominate this lane, seeing ETC so low in that early game. I like a little bit of that pressure onto that regen globe right there, trying to force them off right there. Serenian. Thank you so much, Condor Captain. Serenian. I will do my best to probably forget that. Why didn't we see any Nova bans? So OP. Unfortunately, we're not going to be seeing Nova probably this evening right now. You guys read about the Diva rework? Nani? I did not read about it. I'm very interested. So this is what exactly I was talking about. You're going to be seeing them break off, and now that we have vision for the members of the red team, and they're going to see that ETC in top. For the blue side, you probably saw them in there for a couple seconds. They're waiting for the defense for a second, then Kingleberry and friends are like, no, we got to go for race. This is our time to push in the power, or push this power in. There we go, as they are going to be in that bottom lane for a couple seconds, but that wave clear was really quick, and now we're going to be having Lunchbox just battling it out with Silver over the Immortal side, as they will be forcing them off for now. But here's the thing, Li Ming's going to be able to poke in here and there if she can make those magic missiles connect. This is also going to be ETC just forcing out Broom Boy a little bit. And that is also going to be that Aether Walker at level 1 for Li Ming. This is the map where I feel like I've seen it the most. They haven't posted the full details yet before anyone misunderstands. Oh, okay. I'd give Diva... Damn it, Soup. I don't know why I read Soup, but it's Snop. The end looked like a U to me. This power slide from the ETC going to set up right there. They're still fighting over this. Negan will go ahead and pop that Dragon Queen form, and that will be Phoenix, unfortunately, not able to burn down the enemy Immortal. Stormbolt going out there, maybe stepping forward. That is also going to be the Frostwolf. Not going to be going for the Frostwolf pack at level 4. Going to be going for the Mana Tide. They're just going to be having a little bit more of their own mana sustain in these lanes, and then they'll be jumping back into top lane. We need a Tassadar rework first. I agree. I mean, Tassadar literally tickles people. Not again, Blizzard. Yeah, Tass is coming first. Wait, really? Tassadar's getting a rework? I'm ready for this. I am ready for this. Tassadar's fun. He hasn't had a rework. He hasn't had balance, but never actually changed anything. He had like a rework a while ago, didn't he? Like he had a rework like a year ago, didn't he? He's had one. It was like a solid year ago. Like I feel like it was like early summer, maybe late summer. I just remember him having one. Because I think that's when they introduced Psionic Link at level 20, right? Or was that always there? I don't think Psionic Link is the right term. It's the one where the beam bounces from multiple players. Was that from the rework? Because I remember, like, didn't, like, Kala's Embrace change as well? Like, there was a bunch of, like, little changes that came through. And that's when, like, Tassadar literally was just tickling people. Well, I mean, he might have always just tickled people. We're really off point on this one. New Tass is basically a new hero. How many reworks does he need? I mean, Chromie, how many reworks does she need? He had a full talent rework 18 months ago. I am really off base with that one. But hold on, a little bit of an invade in top lane. Okul the Great is doing their best to just force some of these members back, as Lunchbox is going to be heckled by North Terra, and they get right out of there just fine. Mortal Face should be popping up here in about a minute. We missed this entire phase because I was just perplexed by Tassadar information and Diva rework. Wait, what? Sorry. We'll talk about this a little bit later because Broom Boy is going to be needing to Dwarf Toss out. Sorry, I just saw... He's going to be an assassin, and Wall is going to be a basic ability. Hello? What? That thing better have like a 30-second cooldown. No way that he steals this away. Night Terror's going to be trying to step up into this point. This might have been a little risky right there, as they're going to be just able to walk away. That was some aggression right there. He's just like, he's like standing next to his bed and just staring at me, and I'm like, do you need something? I think he just wants to be, he's like, we're done today, Dad. Either way, let's get back over into this, as we are going to be having 9 to 8 in levels. We're going to be slowly moving in onto this. That will be camp on the right-hand side picked up just now. That's actually, I think, where you'd want to throw that in. That's perfect timing. Bottom lane is just going to be crashing right now, so they will be able to kind of wait and see who's going to be forced down into that bottom lane. Kind of get vision for the blue team right there really quickly, get an idea of how they're playing around this, as this is going to be a little bit of damage onto the enemy Immortal. Team Rainbow Strike Go is going to be holding over their own just fine. Thrall is actually pushing up top lane quite a bit. So this is what I'm talking about. See, now they see the Li Ming in bottom lane. They know that they're not going to be there. This is when they say, let's step forward. And Silver going to be exactly doing that. Cleanse goes out as well. They're stepping up onto these members. Li Ming still showing in bottom lane. Thrall is going to be also in top lane this entire time. So it's going to be 4v3. And they know they can't really do much as that's the halfway point triggered. ETC will be able to clear out the shamans in top lane. They won't be able to take down the well just yet. We do have the Li Ming in bottom lane clearing out as best as she can. She gets that shaman, she leaves, but now we have a fight breaking out over here as they're going to be invading with that Thrall as well. 10s are going to be here almost simultaneously for these teams. Let's see. Nothing out of the ordinary. Sundering for that Thrall, so no Earthquake. ETC holding. I would expect Mosh Pit. Sundering comes out. There's a lot of actually interrupts on that as well. Maybe they don't go for that. Wave of Force was already used. Power Slide forward. That's going to be the Mosh Pit. Was picked up. Do you think Lifebinder will be put onto one? That's going to be Lunchbox getting full right there. Broom Boy might have been... You might have wanted to target that Broom Boy right there. But either way. Ooh. Hold on. Broom Boy with the Avatar stepping in. Suddenly, Bears gets suddenly Ancestral healed as they don't go down right there, but Phoenix is going to be getting picked off right there. Silver getting a little bit low. Ogle the Great is going to be pushing them around a little bit, and that's going to be the step forward with that blink, and they're going to go ahead and get that damage, but Ogle the Great is going to be getting fended, and they go down. Suddenly, Bears is going to find themselves on the wrong end of that Thrall, actually, excuse me, on the wrong end of that Alexstrasza, and they go down. Meanwhile, the Immortal phase is still happening this entire time, and North Terra 9 is just going to be able to just neander right out of there, as well as McLoser. But that is going to be Immortal phase, I would say, going over in favor for the members of Tickle Me Tassadar, but the death timers are so very low that literally everyone's just about back up. North Terra just got their Hearth and they're full, and so Kingleberry is going to be stepping forward. This is a little risky. They didn't know where the enemy team was, and stepping this far forward is exactly, they punished that so very hard. Kingleberry way too far in front of the team, and that is going to be another pick onto that Phoenix as they are going to be rotating down here. They're going to try and go for the burn onto this Immortal, and the phasing is actually starting to get a little in the middle, and Cassie gets picked off. The Sundering goes out, but it's not even needed. Silver going to get knocked back with that Wave of Force from the Li Ming, who is just putting in the damage right now. Ogle the Great pushing face into a Joanna and takes them down. The rest of the team gonna go ahead and siege in this. I already forgot how to say... Hold on, I have to scroll through my Twitch chat. Hold on. Serenian. I'm gonna mess that up so bad. That's gonna be the burden on it. Let me write this down. Okay. There we go. At least I have it written down in my book so that way I can just cheat right there. That was a bit of a some step ups there, but we are going to be having the members of Tickle Me Tassadar with a bit of a lead in level. They're actually going to be hitting their 13s fairly soon. This fort might actually even confirm it, or at least get them just to that precipice for it. North Terra going to be sliding into that back line, going to go ahead and get a mosh pit on the 3. Purification Salvo going to be going out. They find a Muradin as well. Lifebinder goes out into the Grey Mane. Not really necessary, as they also will be able to walk out of there just fine, but still that also kind of forces them out, and the enemy team baited out that entire talent. Meanwhile, this Immortal is going to be taking down the fort, pushing them into that 13, but they lose too many and they have to back off. Thrall in bottom lane, meanwhile. You can buy microtransactions in game. It's full game. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm like reading midway. Nice mosh. Like even the enemy team is just like, don't look at my earlier one. Alrighty, let's see here, as this will be 13s. Oh, they don't have it just yet. Don't look at my I love that. I love teams when they're doing stuff. It's just banter like that. Wow, Curse Bolt I think just barely misses right there, and suddenly Bears gets the blind, gets the fend, Ball Lightning goes out, but the roll to disengage, nice Sunder. 70 seconds on that, but still, making sure the friendly member stays alive, that's big for them right there. Joanna on a bit of a rough spot. That's going to be the, I think it's not Shrink Ray, it's not Nullify. Nullify is on, I think, Tassadar. Pacify. That's what it is. We do have our Immortal phase popping up here, I think we should have the announcement in 30 seconds? We're getting really, really close. Like, I didn't look at the timer, but I think we should be nearing that very, very soon here. There it is. I'm completely off this entire night, apparently. Ball lightning on one guy. I mean, I mean, I've popped an ult onto one person to get a kill before, and I mean, if it will bounce off the Cassia and they're in range, then yeah, you'll get the value from it. I think it's worthwhile. Try and get a kill. Try and reset the fight. Hold on. Let's get the... So they see the vision for this team right now, but I was actually going to show the vision for the opposing side. They didn't know that that invade was coming in, and they almost stepped into that right there. They're going to be able to back off just fine for now, as I need to find someone without a questing talent. There we go. And we do have the top lane Shaman camp coming in. Bottom lane was already cleared out. Pressure coming in favor for the members of Tickle Me Tassadar. Currently just racing between the two Immortals. Not going to be really worrying too much from that about North Terra. They're just like, it's whatever, it's ETC. They get one knockback. And the Immortal phase, there's about a 2,000 deficit between the two. Like, there's other numbers there, but we're just going to go with the first two and just subtract with that. Immortals go to the safe side, I guess you could call it, and we'll see if anyone steps forward. Look at North Terra, looking for an angle onto a mosh pit potentially. Phoenix goes in the top lane. They have that vision. They know that they're going to be up there. Do they try and step up? Curse Bullet goes out into one. Silver a little bit low. Dragon Queen was popped. That's going to be the Sundering from Thrall as well. Little buffet from those wings from that Dragon Queen form. Silver very low. That's going to be Joanna and ETC going down. Double reset. Ball Lightning jumps to a couple players, but it's going to already expire right there. They're going to push them into the corner, and they're going to have the rest of the team follow up. Reset City for this Li Ming. There is no way. No matter how this game goes, if Tickle Me Tassadar throws at the last minute, they take a bunch of deaths and then they get their bottom lane or top lane rush through, or if they take it them, I doubt this Li Ming makes it through drafting game 2. I doubt. There's no way. Rainbow wins the race. I would actually say Tickle Me Tassadar, I think, has a better race between the two teams. I mean, there is, well, because it was like 16 to 14 roughly, and I don't remember who had the higher. Nobody pushes Cassie into a corner. Apparently, Alex Straza does, and now they're going to be stepping further forward. Ancestor Healing will be coming out onto one. Negan looking for a bit of... Oh no, North Terra I think was trying to find a mosh pit potentially. Just got interrupted right there. Sundering going to be coming out as well from Thrall, and North Terra is so very low. Taps the well, and no, they get the Greymane kill. I think the Lifebinder was supposed to be meant for them, but it doesn't connect in time, or it doesn't connect onto them. I couldn't really see correctly, as this will be the members of Team Rainbow Strike Go forcing them back in this bottom lane. That's going to be suddenly Bears chasing in these Lightning Furies, getting some good value as the Li Ming dumps out some damage. They back off, but here's the thing. Meanwhile, all of that was happening. The Immortal got a keep, and top lane is going to have a couple catapults coming in here. This won't, like, burn right through it because these catapults are not focusing on the right thing. Well, one of them's got the right idea. The other one's just like, but lane sustain's so important. We got to get rid of it. You don't want to have lane sustain in top lane all the way back by our key. Yeah, exactly. But 85% going to be on that core. Some shielding going to be going back onto it. But this is so far looking really good for the members of Tickle Me Tassadar. The GGs in chat are already being called. Too soon, chat. Too soon. They're all going to be on this camp by themselves. Let's actually, they actually can see a couple of the members coming down here. They know that the entire enemy team, they're just like, dip, I'm out. Ooh, ETC was actually, took a long walk around. Mosh pit onto one. Thrall takes a bit of a dance party and they go down. And that's what I was talking about. Like, I've burned long cooldowns for a single kill, but sometimes you just gotta get those kills. Sometimes you just gotta have your vape. Catapult, please. Calador. That is such a good emote for the catapult. Even Nightbot agrees. I feel like Nightbot agrees with just things blindly because he's programmed too. What's funny is I have the same Nightbot enabled in my Discord. So if you type like if there's a GG that's done by the Meeseeks for like counting, it's like levels and stuff. So it'll say GG and then Nightbot chimes in. I'm just like, come on. Why did I program you to do these things? 16 to 17, 5 to 9 in kills. We have both these camps going to be picked up here, and this is going to be the third Immortal phase of the game? I think third. I feel like I'm very wrong on that. I feel like this is more like the fourth. Chat will correct me. Yeah. I fight for the glory of the see, here's the thing though. I didn't put a 0 cooldown on that GG because I didn't want it to spam super bad. I think they're purely going for race here. Oh my god. I know Phoenix wasn't there, but this is what I was talking about race-wise. Like, look at that deficit between the two teams. Tickle Me Tassadar. Immortals are on the safe side, but Tickle Me Tassadar are trying to step forward here. They don't have a talent tier advantage right now, but they're going to be trying to throw in some damage here and there. North Terra trying to find an angle on a mosh pit, but they don't have it for another 10 seconds or so. They're going to be taking a bit of damage from the Greymane. They get the knockback. That'll also be the Ancestor healing going onto Silver, who pops out that Blessed Shield. There was also the Sundering during that to try and set up. Purification Salvo going on to do a couple, but more or less this raw Purification Salvo won't get value that they're looking for. They've essentially forced them onto their Immortal side, and now they're going to be going for a bit of a race. Greymane should pop into the Worgen form soon, and is going to be able to go ahead and get some razor swipes and get some good damage in there. Ogle the Great just going to poke in as well, and this should be a fairly well-shielded Immortal in favor. Oh my god, there it is. That's a really, really well-shielded Immortal in favor for the members of Tickle Me Tassadar. North Terra may be looking for a mosh pit onto a couple of members. They pop it right there, but they dive in, and unfortunately they get knocked out of it before it even happens. You can see that there's the cooldown on the left-hand side right there. Cassia goes down as well. Mick Loser is going to be going down. They have Broom Boy jumping forward, and that's going to be all 5 members getting wiped. Immortal going through top lane, but they don't even need to worry about that. We see Murden rushing straight through bottom. They're going to anchor for the friendly team. Greymane with 4 of the 5 kills right there, as Broomboy is going to go ahead and get the Thunderclap, and they're going to be stepping forward onto this core. With 30 seconds on average across the 5 members dead, this is going to be the enemy team sieging up. The Immortal already attacking the top lane keep. Broomboy going to be anchoring. Lunchbox with the GGs, and it looks like that is going to be game number 1 going over to the members of Tickle Me Tassadar. GG. Well played. Woo! A 5-member team wipe to end game 1. That was really, I'm thinking it's GG, yeah. Let's see here. Let me get a message out to, Ingleberry. Oh, they don't have, they're not accepting messages? Why you do this? Yo, just really quickly, and I'm not trying to shame anyone here, but if you are a captain and you're playing Heroes of the Storm for a competitive league, please open up your DMs. Please allow people to also invite you to lobbies, because I have had that happen so often. Let me show talents really quickly. Sorry, I'm just trying to. I just want to get the next game set up really quickly, and then we'll swap back over. Where are you? Alrighty, we showed talents enough. Let's jump back. Hi, everybody. Dog cam. It's just. Please don't talk about the mosh. Let's break down these moshes in depth. Ooh, okay. Wait. That. Ouch. Stab myself with a pen. Woo! Alright, we are going to be going to everyone's favorite map. Where are you? You always hide on me. Okay. I can invite both teams because realistically, one team has all the same portraits, so just life is easy. Let's also update the team score. Did I do the right side? I did. What is this Magikarp? It's a fish that has like a little toy inside of it, so he has to pull like it's a little squeaker inside. It's going to be Brax's holdout. I know it. I can feel it in my jellies. Really quickly, if you are enjoying the stream, please go ahead and hit that follow button. You can know when I go live. I do a lot of casting on this channel. Tomorrow I won't be casting, but here's the thing. Saturday, Sunday, I will be casting the Heroes Lounge S Division Playoffs and Grand Finals. I think Kingleberry just needs to be swapped. Nope. Yes. Wait. Oh my god. Hold on. That. No, Silver needs to be swapped with Vegan. I like also how they changed their portrait so they can confuse the caster. Don't do that. It makes my life a lot harder. First pick. Okay. The laugh insinuates that it's something. It was something horrible, aka Brax's holdout. Nah. Brax's holdout was. Oh, it wasn't actually banned. Actually. Huh? All right, just making sure that the teams are ready to go, and then we will get going into our second game. I updated the scores. We're all set on that, and cool. All right, I think we're ready to go. But yeah, if you enjoy the stream, please go ahead and follow. So as I said, I am going to be doing like four best of fives on Saturday and 3 best of fives and a best of 7 grand finals on Sunday. So if you're enjoying these games, you're going to be seeing high quality casted games on Saturday, Sunday, and you can watch those all day because it starts at 10 a.m. PDT, 10 a.m. So it's a lot of games all day for you. I'm really, really excited to be casting all those, and it's going to be a lot of great matches. And this is actually for a massive prize pool. Like we're looking at teams of the name of Looking for Work with like an undefeated record, and they have people like Fury on it. Hello, like ex-NA pros are going to be playing in this. Like it's going to be a blast, definitely. We have one ready. We're just going to wait for the other one really quickly, and then we'll get going into our next game. PayPal me $5 if it's shrines, everyone. PayPal me $5 if it's anything else then. Okay. I'm a betting man. You can't bet in my stream. Terms of service. Team 2. Me thinks you're a cheater now, ... Alrighty, I got a ready from them. We have all that set up. Let's go ahead and get going into our game number 2. We're going to go ahead and let's jump into the map that is going to be Infernal Shrines is going to be our game number 2. Welcome everyone back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am your caster Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we've got Team Rainbow Strike Go, down 1 game in our best of 3 series, and we have on the right Tickle Me Tassadar, who is going to be up 1, potentially trying to close it out on Infernal Shrines. And if you're wondering, like, wait, why Infernal Shrines? How are they down a level? Don't worry. You're okay. We had the members of Team Rainbow Strike Go as the coin flip winners, as they're the home team. They went for first pick priority in Game 1. Sky Temple and Volskaya Foundry were banned out by the members of Tickle Me Tassadar. Team Rainbow Strike Go banned out Tomb and Alterac Pass. Battlefield of Eternity was the first map chosen by the members of Tickle Me Tassadar and won by them. They opted for first pick priority in game number 2 on the side of Team Rainbow Strike Go, and so Tickle Me Tassadar has chosen to take us to Infernal Shrines. We have a Diablo-themed evening thus far. Can the members of Tickle Me Tassadar close it out in a 2-0 fashion, or will we be going to a game 3 in our third matchup? Like, I think it'd be so perfect if all 3 of our best of 3s this evening went to game 3s. Mostly because I personally like when it gets to game 3 because there's so much more tension, so much more drama, and you really, really start to just like, it's all down to the wire right there. Oof, called out, bets are off. I'm just clairvoyant? Possibly. Possibly. Or you're secretly one of the players on the teams and you know everything. Or you're just their coach or something. Who knows? Or you watch these teams a lot, or you're friends with them. Regardless, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for watching these games. Thank you for supporting, for lurking, for chatting, everything. Is that the Shinkari? Shinkari? How you doing, bud? Thanks for coming by. I hope you're having a great day. Oh my god, it's the Bahamut. Mostly it's, I think you should be more excited for the Bandit. The Bandit is what we all really care about here. But Anubrak and Alex Straza, respect ban. Anubrak and Alex Straza will be banned out here on the left-hand side. We have a Diablo. I know Joke had a brain fart, and I was like, why are we going to Infernal Shrines again? We've casted 2 of these already, and I thought our first game was... Okay. All right. I'm a lot more tired than I thought I was. Nah, Bahamut 2-0. TMT undefeated? Can you do it? I legitimately guessed. Oh, that's fair. No, I was giving you a little bit of crap. Nah, you on the team, dude. I played this map like 5 out of 10 times. 5 out of 10 of the last games I played. Dang. That's a lot. Bandit. Alrighty, we have a Joanne on the first pick on the left-hand side. Really great pickup right there. Strong for the rotation between mid and bottom. Great for the grouping on the shrines. Right-hand side, what are they going to be going for? They only get 2 picks. Do they prioritize that Leeming? Well, Leeming on this map is a little bit of a struggle. Do they go for a different mage? Something like a Gul'dan, Kael'thas, or Jaina? Ooh, Zeratul with an ETC. Are we going to get a power... Are we going to get like a mosh pit VP kind of thing? Power slide in. VP is going to be there. Drop the mosh. That relies on Zeratul setting up everything outside of the ETC, which is a little bit more kind of telegraphed. In the sense that they definitely know when ETC is trying to power slide in, and it's very telegraphed in that sense. Jaina will be picked up here on the left-hand side. Really good shrine clear, really good wave clear in the rotations. Imperious, gonna be making their way. It looks like he's just yelling at the Jaina right there. Just says, "You shall burn." But yeah, Jaina, Imperious, Joanna. I really like them on the left-hand side. Imperious strong for the solo lane. Great on these shrines. A little self-sustained as well. The GG is just being thrown out already. Let's see here on the right-hand side as this will be a ban phase coming out. They need a support. Something like a Stukov wouldn't be horrible here. I think that's a really great pairing for them, as well as just overall he's great control on a map like this. And banning it out makes complete sense. It's just Infernal Shrines is just, it's a lot of value from the Stukov right there, and just banning it out, I don't blame them whatsoever on that fact. And I agree with it 100%, but they could actually ban out another support here. Something like a Tyrande wouldn't be awful if they wanted to go in that direction. They could also ban out a mage and get rid of some shrine clear if they know if one of the enemy members plays like a really good Kael'thas or Gul'dan or something like that. But Uther is going to be the choice. Looks like they don't want to deal with any sort of divine mosh or a divine, de-shielded Zeratul, because that's terrifying in itself as well. Oh no, Broomboy on ETC, TMT is going to lose? Oh? Zera Wormhole nerfed to Oblivion. Yeah, I've seen the last game in the Heroic Division, we saw the Singularity Spike talent at level 7 instead. I can't remember what it's called. There's the Gul'dan, though, going to be coming out on the right-hand side. Malfurion going to be also returning some mana for that friendly team. Lockdown is going to be extremely strong with the roots. So far, there's a lot of good synergies that are being built on the right-hand side. This is a very, very good start to this draft. Left-hand side, they're going to be finishing this out. Team Rainbow Strike Go is going to be needing a support as well as a little extra damage. I kind of like the idea of a Thrall here a little bit in the rotations, and then maybe going to pick up that Tyrande. Rhaegar, once again, going to get some chain heals, and there's going to be the Raynor, so going to be peppering him in, and that pairs well into the Jaina as well, because he does get that benefit from that level 1 if he goes ace in the hole. Seeker in the Dark, thank you so much, guys, Julius Caesar. Yes, Seeker in the Dark is the talent that I'm thinking of, and that's actually what I was seeing in the Heroic Division matchup earlier. Going to get them some decent value with that, and last pick coming out, they're going to need a solo laner to go into that Imperious. Do they go for the Thrall again? I actually really like the Thrall in the last game. I think that was extremely strong. Something like Malthael isn't horrible here, but Dahaka, I like that as well. Tongue Drag has some lockdown. You have roots on top of that. It's so far, it's just control and burst coming out from the members of Tickle Me Tassadar. Can Team Rainbow Strike Go deal with that burst is going to be the question of this game number 2, or will Tickle Me Tassadar take it in a 2-0 fashion? They'd be the first team this evening to do that. We'll see, though. How long have we been going for? Near 4 hours of casting. Jesus. Seeker in the Dark is Seeker in the Dark is one of my nicknames. What? But seriously, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for the support this evening. I'm blown away. I love you all so much for this. And if this is the last game, thank you for hanging out. Please, if you haven't followed already, please go ahead and do so. If you enjoy the content, I love bringing Here's the Storm content and casting games to viewers like you. It's just, I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for being here. It warms my heart, and it was a blast to do all this if this is our last game. I hope it's not. I really hope it's not. I hope we go to game 3. But let's go ahead and find out. On the left-hand side, we've got the members of Team Rainbow Strike Go. We got North Terror going to be on the Rainer. Ooh, roll swap. Sudden Bears is going to be on the Rhaegar. Another roll swap. Kingleberry going to be on the Imperious. Silver is going to be on the Joanna, and Mick Loser will be on the Jaina. Korak TV, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. On the right-hand side, we got the members of Tickle Me Tassadar trying to end this series, trying to get done with their best of 3. What's up? I'm Kevin with the Dev Team. So Lydia is going to be on the Gul'dan. Lunchbox will be on the Dahaka. Broom Boy will be on the ETC. Ogle the Great is going to be on Zeratul, and Negan rounds out the draft. I don't know why. I think it was just the way that it was written got me. I'm dead. But Negan is going to round out the team on the Malfurion. We have Imperious already rotating up into the top lane. Going to go ahead and just start working on this. We have the Dahaka already using the Brush Stock. It's a 75-second cooldown onto that. Yes. I was like, I might be wrong on that one. No, it's 75 seconds on that. So realistically, using that early, it's not that big of a deal because I doubt they're going to be needing it anytime early in that top lane, unless they get just absolutely shredded by this Imperious and have to hearth back. But Lunchbox will do fine. They've got Essence, and they're also going to be going for that tissue regeneration at level 1, looking for some extra sustain in that right. We do have the Echo the Elements. That is going to be a Thrall talent. We have, I can't think of it off the top of my head. Echo Corruption, there we go. Whew. It was echoed something. Echo Corruption is going to be on the Gul'dan. Already sitting at 9 stacks, really just chunking on through that. Need 40 total, so nearing about a fourth of the way through. We're a minute 30 in. Jaina's going to be going for those Fingers of Frost at level 1, so going to be stacking those up to get 10% more on that Frostbite value. Frostbite? Yes. As well as the regeneration on her mana, so she's a little less needy on that, right? But Ogle the Great going to be coming up here to try and help out Lunchbox. I don't know if they have a Tongue Drag to keep Kingleberry back, but they've got some good slows. That's going to be 1 cleave, and nope. They don't get the kill, but definitely forcing back Kingleberry and putting them in a bit of a rough spot. With that, they're going to say, we need to get the heck out of this bottom lane area because they got their camp invaded on. Actually, they're going to be asking for some help from the Zeratul, but I don't know if they're going to... That's going to be... Oh, wow, they used the Brush Talk as well to be coming down here. Jaina's going to be going down. I didn't think they would need it, but they actually pop it just... They might have actually got that just in time, but unfortunately, Zeratul will be going down. They trade out the Rhaegar, so it's a 2-for-1 trade. Lunchbox is going to be chasing in further. Gul'dan, I was going to say, Serenian is going to be chasing in as well, trying to get some extra stacks on the Echoed Corruption right there. They've got another one. Kingleberry going to eat a few more of those. As I said, they're chunking on Google's of feet.
Prepare yourselves for the slaughter.
I love these teams. I love that. That's so good. Yo, Keladorn, thank you so much for the Twitch Time subscription. Wrong button. Thank you so much, my friend. Bandit still leaning towards TMT. Yeah, actually, Bandit was telling me before we loaded into this, he was just like, yeah, I really think that this is going to be TMT taking it. 4 to 5 in levels, 1 to 2 in kills, and we have our first shrine popping up in top lane. Bottom lane is going to be having an Impaler camp that will be, that's a big pickup. Like this, if it just goes up, because the range on the Impalers is really good. Also to note, in those patch notes that we had like a couple weeks ago when we had the speed changes, the Impalers actually got nerfed. It actually, excuse me, the patch notes read that it was from 50 to 65. It was actually from 50 to 35, so the base damage from the Impalers changed. it was a negative, not a negative, but it was a reduction in their damage in the early game, which is huge because I actually thought them getting a power spike was going to be huge, makes them more of a threat in this situation where you can't just let bottom lane go. Kingleberry getting a little bit low here, going to be having to back out. That's going to be Lunchbox as well, going to be having to use the burrow, and the ETC goes down. They end up going down as well. No essence to pop, and that is going to be the members of Team Rainbow Strike Go holding over top lane for now. Impaler's still doing work in bottom lane. You're going to see just in quite well, but I think this wave should be able to mitigate maybe one more Impaler. We'll see. There's a reset on this shrine, and it doesn't look like they're going to be able to step up onto it once again. ETC and Dahaka are just now backing up. Nexus Gaming Series, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can't pushing bot, it's GG. No, come on now. Stop. Stop it. Raid! Thank you so much, seriously, NGS. Thank you so much for the raid. I really, really appreciate that. As well as Ziltoid, thank you so much for the raid as well. Thanks. Seriously, everybody, thank you for bringing all of your friends over. I love you all so much. You beautiful, beautiful human beings. 7-7 in levels, 3-2 in kills. Top lane Punisher will be going down. First one of the game in our best of 3 series. Well, we have Tickle Me Tassadar up 1, but I gotta say this, Team Rainbow Strike Go, they're not gonna take this lying down. They're definitely putting up the pressure against Tickle Me Tassadar and not allowing them to just take this in a 2-0 fashion. They don't want them to have that undefeated status anymore, as I'm reading in Twitch chat. It's GG. No, it's not. So early. Power slide from Broomboy right there trying to set up, and that's going to be a lot of good damage onto the Jaina. Suddenly, Bears is going to be needing to make their way out, as suddenly there's an enemy team in their face, and they're going to just back right out of there fine. Let's jump onto the vision for the red team and see how they're going to make these rotations really quickly, because we'll also see what they're seeing in lane. Joanna showing for mid, and I think that might be about it. We might have missed someone else, but that's also going to be the Dahaka going up into the top lane. Going to go ahead and we're seeing that wormhole across the screen right there, and just, they'll be fine. A little bit of, ooh, hold on. They know that they're on this camp right now, and it's leashed. 30 stacks on that Gul'dan as well. Only 10 more needed on the Echoed Corruption. Currently sitting, so 30 stacks, sub 6 minutes. That's really good for a Gul'dan. A lot of the enemy members are stacking, like you can see right there, are stacking up quite a bit and walking in a lot of these Echoed Corruptions. The camp is going to be leashed and unleashed multiple times, 8 to 8 levels, so no one going to be having that heroic just yet. Broomboy anchoring for the friendly team. North Terra going to be trying to put out some damage, but that Rainer's not able to pep run enough. Meanwhile, Imperius is just trying to push up top lane and make sure that Soak is coming into the friendly team so they do not miss out on that 10 talent tier, because our next shrine will be in mid lane, and I'm sure it's not too far off, so both these teams should have their 10 talent tier for the second Punisher of the game, I think? Yo, Murda, thank you so much, I appreciate it. Rainbow gets Immortal, I sleep. TMT gets bot camp. Real! Well, I mean, it's first Immortal. It's just, my big thing is just also bottom lane camps or any camp being left alone. Not something you really want to do. And it's also going to be bottom lane pressure. I mean, they got value from that quite a bit. Invade going to be coming in here. Actually, Tranquility going to be popped as well. Oof. It's a bit of a cooldown that they're not going to be having for a little bit there, but they don't have the shrine popping up anytime soon. Hold on, Wrath of Angiris? Hello? No Angelic Armament. Wrath of Angiris, staged out for the ETC as well. Broomboy not really, just not having the possibility of getting knocked out of a mosh constantly. This also allows them to play a little bit of a kind of a double global, allowing the Dahaka to come in at any point. ETC is able to get kind of free push like this. Left-hand side, suddenly Bears and Friends are going to go ahead and grab the Bruiser camp to push in some top lane pressure. Shrine activating in the next 10 seconds, and we have 10s for both sides. Actually, top lane camps are going to be almost simultaneous in that, right? They should be crashing. We'll see which one gets the value overall. 33 stacks on that Gul'dan as well. 17 on the Jaina. Both of them getting close to that level 1 power spike that they want so very, very bad. ETC, you can see them on the minimap, still playing that bottom lane a little bit. Needs to get 2 more stacks on the regeneration globes for that. For the power, oh my god, for the prog rock right there. Horrify comes out as well. Going to be having the Hyperion coming out from North Terra as McLoser needs to get out of there. Ogle the Great trying to get the burst, doesn't find it. Celestial Charge going to be going on to 1. That's going to be a nice pick right there as a huge root comes out. Imperius goes down. 1-for-1 trade thus far in the engagement over this shrine. 11-11 and Skeletal Defenders really, really close back and forth, but Lunchbox going to do that great thing that Dahaka does. Going to go ahead and clear onto this shrine. Broom Boy, ooh, hold on, Silver. Gonna get body blocked a little bit. Ring of Frost coming out, doesn't connect onto anyone, and they're gonna be playing in this backline. The Imperious will be coming up in 4 seconds, and they'll have that Wrath of Ingerius available for them. They have most of the shrine in favor for the members of Tickle Me Tassadar. They're doing their best to, they're keeping up with this. There's actually, most of these skeletal defenders are suddenly going over to the members of Team Rainbow Strike Go, as Broom Boy is going to be power sliding, and once again, there's actually a lot of great moments. They could have multiple moshes here on multiple members, but Broom Boy goes down. ATC is going to get picked off. Wrath of Ingerius to separate the Zeratul from Mick Loser, and they get the final blow onto them. Look at Serenian. Look at Serenian the entire time. It's just like, all right, cool, you can kill our Zeratul, but we just got that Punisher and we'll mitigate it. Nice play right there. Imperius goes into top lane to make sure that doesn't get pushed out, and we'll see what they're able to do with this. There was a couple members that got knocked out here, so I think Gul'dan will throw in a little bit of damage. This is a frozen Punisher. As you can see, it will lock down the forts and structures. I believe at 2 seconds total on that. Jump gonna be going over as well, and then that's about it. I think they're just going to back off right there. They're going to get a lot of their members back up and get back into lane, and also make sure that they're not going to be missing out on soak, as well as having their forts pushed in too heavily. Let's actually get the vision for the members of the red team right now and see how they're going to be setting up for this, basically the phase after the Immortal right now, or excuse me, the Punisher, is they're going to be adding some pressure in the bottom lane. Looks like they'll be going ahead and grabbing the, I would assume they grab this camp on the right-hand side, but they might be a little late for that rotation as the blue team's already here. That's going to be Dahaka getting caught out. Lunchbox a little low, but they pop the Essence VP onto a couple. No follow-up damage to be there. ETC with the stage dive, going to be a little bit late on that one. I think they were trying to stage dive onto the VP. I think that's the combo they're going for. Hyperion's going to be out, getting some siege onto that front gate. No one going down. A couple heroics popped in, more or less. Once again, it's just reset. I've actually been seeing a lot of teams, what they do is, and this is pretty much the norm, what they'll do is they'll stand on the point right at the edge and they'll hit that well with some sort of ability, so that way the camp, once they pick it up, sees that well and they'll actually attack over the wall and take it down. It's a little thing that you can do when you're invading onto the camp and potentially take out that lane sustain. Oh boy, oh, the tongue drag would have been very good right there, but unfortunately they don't find it. They don't get any sort of setup for a kill. Meanwhile, Imperius continuing to soak up the top lane, continuing to make sure that experience is coming in for the friendly team, and starting to roll away with this a little bit in their favor. You can see that there's a bit of an advantage in their favor. It's about 1/8 of a level, more or less. Lunchbox, though, might get caught out in bottom, but unfortunately there's no control outside of just the blessed shield that Joanna has, but it just came off cooldown right there. Egan gonna get the root. Ancestral Healing goes out into Mick Loser. Ogle the Great. Ogle the Great. Ogle the Great is gonna be, oh, that was a very good Horrify as well as a tongue drag to combo into it. They pick off the Joanna. We have the Imperius in mid lane. We also do have the top lane pressure mounting a little bit. Imperius doing double soak duty here. Doing really, really good for the members of Team Rainbow Strike Go. Wrath of Ingerius. Pretty sure it's bronze. I don't know about that. That tongue would have landed last Monday? What? 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 I've never heard that before. Bruiser camp on the left will be picked up, and this is going to be a bit of a late invade coming into it, but regardless, they will be able to mitigate the Oh, wow, Imperius, that was a very smart check right there with the Solarian Flame, but look at the damage that came out. If they would have actually stepped into that, that would have definitely been a dead Imperius. They clear out the top lane. They have a camp of their own that they can rotate back off and get, which I actually really like this idea. Delaying this out, getting it at the last moment, and then rotating to the objective is a smart move. You're going to be able to then have top lane pressure, and it's just going to be an easy setup for your friendly team. You rotate down here. Once you see the enemy, at least one enemy on this up here trying to go for the clear, you then just pressure onto this camp a little bit, or the shrine a little bit harder. And so I also like this too. Broom Boy will stay up here a little bit, maybe push out the top lane, make sure that camp gets a little bit easier of a walk through this top lane. Also going to pick up a little experience, close out that gap, and maybe work their way into that 16. They could actually hold the Dahaka in another lane too and just get some mid-lane soak, but looks like Gul'dan went for the quick clear onto that. Tongue drag onto the Imperius. Root goes out from Negan. That's going to be the Ancestral Healing connecting onto Kinkleberry. That's Wrath of Ingerius, unfortunately, is just shy of the range, and they're going to be backing out right there. They get the Condemn from Silver. Going to pull in a couple members, and still, top lane's pushed in now. 16 talent here for both these teams. We'll see what they pick up. Stage dive coming in from the ETC in the backline. It's going to be the tongue drag coming out from the Dahaka as well. Hyperion coming into all this. Meanwhile, on the right-hand side, we have McLooser trying to put the damage onto Negan, who has to pop the Tranquility. VP onto a couple. That's going to be the Ring of Frost. So very good connecting onto the Zeratul Wrath, or excuse me, the Celestial Charge, but ETC goes down. We have Imperius going down, as well as Dahaka, and a third Punisher of the game going to be going into the bottom lane in favor for the members of Team Rainbow Strike Go, as the top lane fort is going to have to go down. Silver not going to make it there in time. They turn around and say, that's forfeit, that's whatever. Let's at least come back and try and push in bottom lane a little bit. Actually, okay, no, they were just mounting up. I was like, are they waiting to go for, are they waiting to maybe clear out mid lane? But is bottom lane Punisher already at half health? Serenian is doing their best to just kind of clear this out and push it back a bit. Wait, what? Top lane, we are going to be continuing to see this camp, and this left alone is just, you can see the value already. Shaman is just so very, very strong. Punisher will be going down in the bottom lane finally, and they just will be getting a little bit of damage onto that. Nice rotations coming out from the members of Team Rainbow Strike Go. They have this mid lane camp already coming in. They grab the Impalers for bottom, grabbing the ones on the left-hand side as well, just taking the map pressure off the board and also applying it so that way they themselves, one, have vision of the enemy team, so they have to clear these out, and you can also split them here. So you can see right now, maybe they actually are able to pick off Lunchbox or catch the team in a rotation. Look at this massive wraparound. This is exactly what you want to do. Celestial Charge onto one. Do they have any way out of this? That's going to be the Tunneling Claws, but they actually pop back up. Essence was used right there. Broom Boy is going to be coming down here. The rest of the team will be there as well. Did they overextend on the side of Team Rainbow Strike Go, trying to get this kill? We're going to see in just a second as Ogle is going to be diving in. That's going to be 3 members on that VP. The stage dive comes in, but it's to the side. They still get the power slide onto the Rainer, and they go down. Ring of Frost will be going out. That's going to be the Ice Block onto the Jaina herself right there. Roots come out. That's seeing Sister Healing going out onto I don't know who, actually, because there were 2 bars over each other. Jaina goes down right there, and this is the members of Tickle Me Tassadar really starting to apply the pressures. They're working their way through this bottom lane. Mid lane has some pressure coming out as well. They're currently chasing this Imperius. Ogle the Great, I think, should have a cleave and 1 singularity strike. No, actually, Negan, and they're not getting this just yet. Kingleberry. There's going to be the chase. I apologize for missing the other kill right there as Joanna went down in the bottom lane. Mid lane, going to be cleared out just fine, and top lane is going to be starting to stack up quite a bit. We do have our Bruiser camp popping up in 5 seconds. If they make this rotation quick enough, they're going to be able to stack this up into the top lane, take out that front gate, and prep themselves very, very well for the next oh, if they can get suddenly bears, that'd be huge. Horrify's not up for another 30 seconds, but that's the thing, like, if they could have staggered out another death, that would have just been great for them, because they definitely would have been able to open this up further. But I like what the play is. They've got a wave. They're not going to waste time with the Bruiser camp for now. They're going to open this up, back off, grab the Bruiser camp. Still 22 seconds on the Imperius, 14 on the Joanna. Tickle Me Tassadar is almost like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles GG. What? What? Thank you, Kelladorn, for the 1 bit. I appreciate that, my friend. Also, Condor Captain, thank you so much for the follow. I very much appreciate that during this game. Sorry I missed that earlier. 20 talent tiers is going to be rounding the corner in favor for the members of Tickle Me Tassadar. We'll pull up some of the other numbers, and we'll be able to catch that 20 talent tier as it rolls in. We'll also see some of the other numbers, like, for example, Gul'dan with 55,000 hero damage. The opposing side, Raynor, has 39,000. We'll round up on that one because it's 38.9. 52, I was going to say, there's on that roll for Rhaegar for a second, it was perfectly 52,000. Yeah, there you go. That healing roll right there, 52,000 on point. We can also see where the experience is coming in, how the hero kills are amounting to. You can see there's like 1,800 difference in the hero kill experience, and it's because the kills coming out from Tickle Me Tassadar have been in the later game, and they yield a lot more experience for the friendly team. You can also see that the passive experience gain is a bit higher because of the fact that there's going to be 3 forts down. Lunchbox will go ahead and start out on this top lane Frozen Punisher. We've got a bit of an engagement down here as they're actually going to be stealing away this camp. Are they just going to try and free push bottom? This is risky. I mean, they don't have 20s, and maybe that's what they're looking for. But Dahaka has brush stock. They can actually come into the vent right below, and you can actually see exactly that. There's the brush stock coming in from the Dahaka. VP onto a couple. Huge stage dive coming in. That's going to be a massive reduction on that as well. 32 seconds. Ring of Frost going to be there as well. Rhaegar goes down, as well as the Janus. Silver so very low. They get picked off on top of it, and with those 3 pickoffs, I don't even think they need the Punisher at this point. They rush straight through top lane and end the game. Dahaka will clear out mid, though. So upgrade on the stage dive, obviously, as we saw that. Hunt for the Gul'dan as well. So that's gonna be, I believe it's a little bit longer. It's like 1 or 2 seconds longer, 1 second longer, and the enemies lose 20 armor. What was the other causing them to take it? Yeah. But this is, they're rushing straight through top lane. This is what I would expect them to do because, well, I mean, there's 24 seconds on average for these 3 heroes. We're going to be able to then just pressure up straight. No, go for the end. You can do it. I believe. Regardless, they've got a Frozen Punisher, and they're going to try and end with that one. That was a hell of a void. I agree. Sorry, my stream froze on my other monitor, and I was like, have I been on the wrong scene this entire time somehow? Okay, cool, we're good. Phew. I thought I was just like, wait, what? Because it was frozen on Bandit on my other monitor. I was like, oh my god, no. How did no one say anything at this point? No, we're good. Let's see here, as we are going to be having 20 talent tiers for both of these sides. Pretty much what you'd expect, honestly, coming out from the members of Team Rainbow Strike Go. A little bit more on that defensive. We have the oh my god, Storm Shields, there we go, for the Rhaegar, and we also have the Indestructible. Pretty much what you expect at that level 20. Sometimes they go into the Storm Shields themselves. That's going to be the jump going out. Tongue Drag as well, going to be going to Joanna. The Isolation went out and actually connects because they have the Contagion spreading to a couple members. That's going to be the Wrath of Angiers coming out from the Imperius. Not really getting a ton of value with that, just more or less repositioning the ETC in this fight. McLoser's so very low. Oogle's going to go out, or Ogle, oh my god, is going to go ahead and dive in. That's going to be the stage dive from the ETC, just more or less putting themselves in this back line, but Zeratul goes down. Meanwhile, there's going to be Kingleberry just fighting like 3v1, and that will be the Zeratul and the ETC going down. But meanwhile, the Frozen Punisher is working its way onto this core. The rest of the team is going to be coming in here with a wave, and they're just going to try and end at this. This is going to be one of the members getting caught. And Dahaka? Okay, I was like, what are you going for? They went straight for the core, but maybe they're going to be going for the fight, as the core hasn't actually lost its shielding just yet. They're not in ending potential just yet in this game. And now if this is like, they're not pressing up onto the core as much as I would expect them to. And it looks like they might have to, oh my god, North Terror taking so much damage from the Echo Corruption. Dahaka with the Tunneling Claws will go ahead and pop that Essence as well. And they need to back out of here. Shield Glare goes out. That's going to be Gul'dan dropping these Fell Flames. Can they get a Tongue Drag? Unfortunately, no. And that's going to be Raynor continuing to pepper them in with the sustained damage coming through these lanes. Gul'dan trying to dump out that damage as well, but unfortunately it's not working out. And that is going to be Serenian going down. Lunchbox so very low. Do they have a way out of this? They've got a little bit of a speed boost as they go through those vents, and you can see that right there, penetrating around to get a little extra damage, but they're going to go ahead and grab their Bruiser Camp. They need to clear out top lane. Mid lane has double catapults pushing up onto it. Jane will be getting the easy clear onto that. That was a really good back and forth right there. Well, that's what happens when you 4-man VP and everyone hits their buttons properly. I agree. I agree a lot. Yeah, woohoo. 21 to 22 in the level department, as well as 13 to 16. We have an absolute bloodbath on our hands between these two teams. I'm waiting. Like, here's the vision right now, just so you get an idea, because we can see people in bushes and stuff, and we know what's going on. This is what they're seeing. They've got camp pressure on top. They've got pressure, I think that's going to be kind of battling it out in mid lane, so there's not a big rush there. They need to probably get into top lane a little bit. Actually, they got catapults, which is going to be helping out quite a bit. Consistent catapults at that as well. Gul'dan is going to be back. It's actually good vision for the other opposing side as well. Actually, oops, there we go. For the blue team. So they see a couple people in mid. They know that the ETC is in top. They also know that ETC is stage dive. Whether or not it's off cooldown to them, I don't know if they're counting their cooldowns. But that's exactly what they're going to be seeing for both those sides, is they're just going to be making... I think it's a lot of lane management right now and waiting for that last Punisher. And last Punisher could go either way, in the sense that it could be game ending through bottom lane here, or game ending through bottom lane there. Mid lane is going to be pressured up right now. This might be a little risky. Stepping forward like this far into the lane, it's a little risky, but they also want to mitigate those periodic catapults with their own to match what's coming out from the side of Tickle Me Tassadar. ETC going to be rejoining, actually going to be helping out Dahaka over here. Their camp is going to be up. Yeah, I was gonna, like, this. It shouldn't be up. There was like at least 2 minutes on that. 6% on core for 3 deaths worth? Yeah, absolutely. Always worth. Could have ended, chose the safer option, ended up with 6% core damage and half the dead keep mid. Yeah. That's why you end with 3 dead. Absolutely. That's go. Oh, hold on. That's going to be the isolation. The contagion spreading to. Actually, it spread to quite a few people. Does stage dive come out from the ETC? They don't pop it just yet. They're going to be focusing on Night Terror. They want to take out that Rainer. They don't want to have the sustained damage. Ice block was used. That's also going to be the Bluster Shield coming out, and that's going to be Zeratul down first. And this Jane is going to be counter killed in that right. Lunchbox trying to get their way onto North Terra, and they aren't able to find it. That's the Rhaegar going down. Imperious as well. Lunchbox now chasing further forward, but Silver will be the new target as they're just body blocking them around in this, and that's going to be Broom Boys also stepping forward. Silver going to be taking a lot of damage. That will be the Indestructible being popped right there. North Terror is going to be chased. Sage dive coming out from the ETC. They sidestep it casually. Nice little penetrating round right there. Ooh, the body blocks. And all 5 get wiped. They move over to the core, and this time, with all 5 dead, for plus 25 seconds, they're going to be working their way onto this core, and it looks like the members of Tickle Me Tassadar take the series in 2-0 and continue their 2-0 undefeated series victory streak. There we go. The word escaped me. GG. Well played. He's going. He's still going. Will he ever stop? No, Pally, I will never stop. Hold on, I pushed the wrong button. I muted myself. There we go. I literally hit the done streaming button instead of the score. They're literally next to each other, and it turned off my light. It turned off everything. I was like, no, I'm not done casting. Woo. Oh. Yeah. Wow, they're really quick on telling me who's coming into the interview. All right, so. They're going to be sending that player. Let's go ahead and jump into a lobby. I just need to update their audio before we do the interview, and then we will, let me update the score too. Because we got a nice little interview coming in here in just a second, so don't you go anywhere, folks. We're not done just yet. Okay. All right. Alrighty, at this time we are going to be joined by Lunchbox. How you doing? Congratulations on your 2-0 victory.
Yeah, man, that was a really fun game. I gotta say, Team Rainbow Strike, they were really good. So shout out to them for coming and bringing the heat. Like they gave us a really good contest. I really enjoyed playing against them. The rest of the team did too. It was a really fun match.
I absolutely I had so much fun with that best of 3 series. So let's actually back up a little. Let's go to game number 1 on Battlefield of Eternity. It was a fairly dominant gameplay between the two teams. Was there any sort of moment where where you thought like, okay, if they kind of like if they get these small advantages, that could be our downfall, or was it just constant like, all right, we got momentum, keep pushing, we got momentum, keep pushing?
So the way that we kind of like play it is we kind of try to take as much macro advantage as we possibly can, and typically what I do in the off lane is kind of just let the 4-man roam and kind of split soak, and I focus on macro, they focus on micro. And the way that works as a team is like we have this collection of shot calls that kind of just meld together eventually in the overall experience soaking game, and we kind of just take as much advantage as we can possibly get, and we just keep playing. We try to force the enemy team to play our game.
You definitely did in game number 1. It seemed like you were kind of controlling that very, very well. Moving over to game number 2, it was very much so. It was completely different. It was more of a back and forth in this best of 3 series, or in this game number 2 on Infernal Shrines. I can talk, I swear. So there's a lot of back and forth, and there was a couple moments where they got some good kills on you. Were you worried that they were going to start bringing the momentum back and it was going to be a game 3 situation? Or can you talk about comms when you kind of get, when you lose a couple people in a top lane push when you're almost going to be going for core with a Punisher? Like, how do you recover? Because there's definitely a little bit of a mental loss, a lot of momentum slowing for the friendly team.
I mean, honestly, we don't get down on our team like that. We hardly say anything about like losses or fights that we don't necessarily come away with the advantage on. And I think that's kind of what holds us together as a team, is we don't flame each other, we don't get down each other, calm, stay clear, and we just focus on trying to take the win as best as we possibly can. And I mean, Serenian, Ogle, Broom Boy, Negan, we were all making call outs and all trying to like position correctly. I mean, we did start to sweat a little bit once we got 2 down, and
Yeah.
we were kind of struggling with that first core push, but I think we kind of held it together because, I mean, the big thing is you can't get down on your teammates, man.
And that's very true. I think a lot of strong teams, I think that's at their core. They're just always making sure that they're focusing and bringing everything back, being positive, being like, all right, you know what, we had a mistake. Let's learn from that. Let's readjust and let's continue to push in. Because when you just start to crumble, you really start to crumble. The last thing I want to ask is that top lane push when you're going for Punisher, or when you're pushing with the Punisher, you end up, there's a couple members down on the opposing side. You're pushing into top lane. You've got the Punisher. What was the reasoning for kind of not really just diving onto Cora and just kind of playing around there? Were you unsure if you could end, or was it just? Can you just talk about the events and what comms were like right there?
So I think you're referring to the first time we got the Punisher top and we got 2 down, and they were kind of. So what happened during that push is they played it smart. We recognized that Team Rainbow Strike, they wanted to fight behind the Punisher, and that was a really good call by them. And I was actually really impressed by that strategy. They knew that if they fought under the Punisher, that it was game over, because the Punisher, it's almost like a 6v5, and it's a very strong 6v5.
It was also frozen, if I'm not mistaken, too, which is not what you want to be. Yeah, you don't want to be locked down by that.
And so, I mean, the Johanna and the Imperius, they were behind us, and I was trying to stay behind to protect the back line, and that's what kind of threw us off a little bit, is they actually were pushing for the 5v5, because I felt like they knew that it was kind of a really dire situation, and they did a really good job clearing out that frozen Punisher. So shout out to them, and it was really well played. Their strategy, it was definitely formidable. I have to give it to them.
It was such a fun best of 3 series, and I had such a great time casting it. Before I let you go, any shoutouts that you'd like to give? The floor is all yours.
Once again, Team Rainbow Strike Go, I gotta say, you guys did great. We really enjoyed playing against you, so shout out to you guys. Shout out to Tickle Me Tassadar. Absolutely phenomenal team. All the guys, they're amazing to play with. Serenian's a great captain. Broom Boy's a great tank. Ogle and Negan, everyone has such good strengths on the team that everyone it's such a great team to be on. Shout outs to the subs that we've been trying out too, and we really love being a part of NGS, so we really appreciate you guys doing this.
Oh, it's a blast for me, but thank you so much for the interview. Thank you so much for the games, and I can't wait to see you further down the Nexus Gaming Series season.